When I first ordered the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, I figured that there were a few things that might be frustrating or problematic to me about this device, but I had no anticipation at all for what would actually be the most frustrating thing about this phone, and that has been finding a good screen protector for the cover display of this device. If we jump over to my Amazon history, you can see that I have bought not just one, not two, but actually three different brands, three different sets of screen protectors for this device. Now, two of them, the Spigen and the Caseology, are very, very similar, and I don't think that that is actually a coincidence. You've got this guide that sits down on top of it. You peel off a thing, then you put the guide down, and then you pull the guide off, and your screen protector is perfectly installed. That was not the problem. That was absolutely fine. The problem with these two screen protectors was that, for whatever reason, after a short amount of time, this corner would just start to kind of lift up. You would have a bubble there. Now, I had solved this in a couple of different ways. Heat seemed to make it adhere a bit better, but then some people had it still come back. Strangely enough, with a case on the front, it seemed to make it worse. Even if the case wasn't touching the screen protector, it seemed to make that problem worse. Now, unfortunately, not only did that problem impact the Caseology, it impacted the Spigen screen protector as well, and there was also another issue that I ran into that I've not talked about, because at first I thought that I was just going crazy. When I did the Caseology one, if I'm remembering correctly, I botched the first install. A bit of dust got under it, which is a problem in a house full of dogs. There's an Australian Shepherd. Very, very hard not to get a little bit of hair floating through the air, static and so forth attracts it. It's very frustrating. So I used the second one. And after a little bit, I started noticing that the screen protector was sitting too high. I had a gap at the bottom of my screen. I was like, was that always there? Maybe I just actually applied it incorrectly, and I just didn't notice it. So I went and I ordered the Spigen one, and I installed it. Lo and behold, after a few weeks, it too was beginning to move. Best I can tell, that little swipe up gesture, I was very, very slowly, like continental drift, I was moving that screen protector. And of course, I tried moving it back, but that wasn't working. It's a very, very strange situation, but I think that it's got something to do with how it just didn't adhere all the way correctly down here at the bottom. That is what prompted me to go back to Amazon and order this Super Shields screen protector. Figured, why not? I'll try it. It's even cheaper. It is a very standard installation. You don't have the little guide or anything like that. The good news is I installed this one and it has been absolutely fine. I did not have any bubbles or anything like that, and it is staying put. It has been a little while now, and it is not moving around. And when there is a case around the front, I'm not seeing the bubbling thing happening on that corner at all. But I want to test one more screen protector because I'm just not a fan of this installation method. I not only want a guide in place, I want some mechanism to make the dust problem not be as big of a problem. And so because of that, we are going to be looking at the brand new screen protector from dbrand. So as you can see here, this is the Prism 2.0. They say it is idiot proof, and I absolutely need that sort of treatment. For $30, you get a 2-pack. Mine has been delivered, so I'm going to remove the relatively inexpensive Super Shields screen protector, which honestly I'm happy with. And I sat there and thought about not doing this at all, but I thought I've ordered the Prism, I might as well test it and see how this goes and show you guys. So we're going to peel it off, and we're going to install the Prism dbrand screen protector. All right, guys, so this is the dbrand Prism 2.0. Can I get that to focus at all? I don't actually know if it will. This is actually really nice packaging, though. This is not just like your standard run-of-the-mill cardboard. Like, it feels very soft and smooth, and it's kind of embossed on the top. There's a magnet holding this down. There's instructions on either side in your typical dbrand style. I can read instructions. I can't read instructions. So you basically have written, and then you have a video there on a QR. So either way you want to go is going to be just fine. A little note inside there signed by a robot, and you do actually have two of these. So there's one here, and then underneath this, there is actually another one. So if you do mess it up, you do have two shots at it. Let's go through this quickly though. So we have our little cleaning kit. This also is kind of a step up in terms of quality compared to what you normally get. A little squeegee, a little microfiber, and then you have some alcohol wipes. So we will set all that stuff aside. We'll get out the microfiber. And the first step is obviously just to give the device a nice wipe down, get it very clean. Even though this does have some, dust mitigation qualities, you still want to give it as many advantages as you possibly can. So we are nice and clean with the alcohol, and now we're going to use the microfiber to dry it off. And we're going to do our best to make sure that there's nothing on this thing. There's no dust particle floating around landing on it. So I don't see anything on there currently. And now you're going to set this thing directly on your device with the triangle to the top. And there's really nothing else to this, because when you install this, when you pull this thing through, it should basically wipe the device off, kind of a static clean type situation. And it should pull any dust that's landed off the screen, while also, of course, making sure that everything is lined up properly. So we're going to shove the thing on there nice and tight. We're going to turn it this way so that I can do this. And we're going to grab on the thing there, and we're going to pull. And as I pull, like I said, it should be getting rid of any dust, and it's applying the screen protector. Can you see here? It is making contact. So we're going to swipe on this to make sure that it's making good contact. They say to wait 5 seconds before pulling the tray off, so we will do that. It's probably been around about 5 seconds now. So we should be able to just pull this off. And there you go. There should be my perfectly installed screen protector. There are a couple of bubbles, but as you can see, those bubbles are already kind of going away. We'll use our squeegee to get rid of this last one. And let's take a look at what we've got here. How does that look? I'm thinking that looks pretty darn good. And one interesting thing about this is, unlike the other screen protectors that I've used, it appears to be going all the way to the edge of the screen. Obviously, where the hinge is, that's not the case. But where it's just screen and bezel, we're right up to the edge. One thing that I want to immediately kind of test is, how does it feel doing a back gesture? Because that's one of those things that sometimes they feel a little bit rough. And I will say that there's a little bit of a sharp edge to it. It's a little bit rough. So I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. It's not too bad, but there is definitely some roughness there. Now, obviously, I can't comprehensively test every case for you, but this is the official one from Google. And as you can see up here, it has pushed on the screen protector just enough to cause it to bubble back up a little bit. So definitely keep that in mind if you're using this thing. If this is the one that you go with, you may not be using this with a case. This may be one that, like me, you're going to be going skin or naked. Just wanted to give another quick close-up here. Now that it's been honestly, just a couple of minutes, and some of those little bubbles that were up here at the top are gone. To my eye, I don't really see any imperfections at all. I'll say that was, right up there with the easiest screen protector installations that I have personally ever done. And it looks like it's lined up with really pretty tight tolerances. There's even a cutout there where the earpiece is, and it looks pretty much perfect. All right, so we have skipped to the following day because I wanted to give this screen protector a little bit of time to do anything weird. If it was going to do anything weird, nothing strange has happened. So I think that we can sort of begin to assess a little bit of a verdict here. This is what I would tell you. If you're going to buy a screen protector for the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, start with this cheap, basic Super Shields screen protector. I think that it is a pretty easy answer. Right now, it is only $8. It's normally $10. It's not going to break the bank. The installation process is the old school, traditional, normal process that you've probably done 1,000 times. It's going to work just fine, and you're not going to have the bubbles I was experiencing with the Caseology and the Spigen screen protector. I think that it is not a coincidence that those are no longer available for sale. I think that they probably realize they have a bad product and they have pulled it. If you want to go a bit more premium and have that really simple, really nice installation process, the Prism is a great way to go. But keep in mind, if you are using a front case on your Pixel 9 Pro Fold, that may not actually work. And if you look down here, it even says that it's compatible with skins and caseless devices. It's not compatible with phone cases. Some may work fine, but a lot of them just aren't going to. But alas, after months of testing, I think that those are the best answers available. So guys, I'm going to drop links into the description to those two screen protectors. Let me know which one you're using. Which way did you end up going? What problems have you seen? Let's kind of gather some data in the comments down below so that we can kind of aid other Pixel 9 Pro Fold users in their hunt for a good screen protector. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.